How to get rid of the dummy. My name's Ruth, I'm a health visitor in England. Let's discuss. This is going to be different for every single child, toddler, baby, particularly depending on the age and depending on their need of the dummy. Some babies have a real strong suck association, so what we want to do with them is making sure we've got other habits in place before getting rid of the dummy, so that then when you get rid of the dummy, it's hopefully going to be replaced by another habit. So first things first, let's talk about babies, okay? I will talk about toddlers as well. With babies, like I said, we want to be encouraging and introducing other habits, particularly if it's a sleep association. If the dummy is falling out at night and it is hindering your sleep and you happen to put it back in several times, it's time to get rid, unfortunately. So I would suggest here, first things first, going cold turkey, seeing what happens, giving yourself 3 or 4 days and nights of no dummy and just see. You may have to teach them how to fall asleep without it, in which case I've got other videos on that. You can do a pick up, put down, or you can be introducing other habits. Like I said, there's other videos, or I've got a sleep guide which has information on how to stop the dummy and teach them to fall asleep without it. You're going to have some upset. They don't know how to fall asleep without it. It's a huge comfort, but it's if you want to get rid of it, get rid of it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's completely up to you. If going cold turkey hasn't worked after a week, they're still really unhappy at falling asleep, you've not been able to teach them how to fall asleep independently, I'd be encouraging teaching them how to habit stack. Now, it's worth noting here, a clear crib is what is safest for a baby, so it's not recommended to be introducing comforters in a baby in a crib under the age of 1 year old. We can introduce them, but they have to be supervised whilst they have them. Now, with comforters, I mean maybe like a small muslin. My two play with a label on a small muslin. When I got rid of the dummy, that's what they moved over to, and they still sleep with those now, but it's not safe to have those in a crib below the age of 1. So what we can do is we can introduce rocking and shushing whilst they've still got the dummy in and patting their bottom. Then when we take the dummy away, we're still rocking and shushing and patting. This is going to take a few days. This is going to take a lot longer. And then eventually the dummy's gone and we're going to stop with the rocking. And then maybe it's just going to be the patting and the shushing whilst they're in their crib. Let's move on to toddlers. Now, with toddlers, there's a couple of things we can do. We can either only limit dummies to bedtime and nap time and be strict with it, and they only have them when they go up to bed, and that's how they sleep. Or if you want to go cold turkey and get rid of them, that's fine. Going cold turkey and communicating with them, doing something like the dummy fairy. And at the end of the week, they've learned how to get, over not using the dummy, and they get a prize or a toy or something that the dummy fairy's left for them. The older they are, the more we can communicate that with them. And what's really important here is that you stay boundaried. You can also introduce other comforters. Introduce some other comforters. They're older now. They can have things in their crib with them or their bed at 2+. Introducing a comforter whilst they've got the dummy, so they get used to that sleep association, and then when you get rid of the dummy, they've still got that comforter. These are what my children use. They play with these, and as soon as I give it to them, this is what they start comforting and playing with and fiddling with. It's worth noting as well, if you're going to offer another comforter, making sure you've got several of them. Trust me, we've all been there. So yeah, any other questions, please put in the comments below.